What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zbec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 2nd of July, and here we are at 0034. 7 hours, 21 minutes left in the day. I know what some of you might be thinking, and let me be the first one to stomp that out. No, we have not found our low. No, we are not moving higher. This thing, whenever it finds its lows, right, it does this in a day. It moves up 25%. It doesn't move up 3%. And it takes 1, 2, 3 days at the lows to do it. No, that's not what happens, right? It doesn't wick up and then come back. No, this is not a low. You're grinding it out. And I told you guys, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not saying, I told you this would happen. I said that this is something to look for if we were going to break lower. And we're getting it exactly now. When you found support here, you had a very proper reaction. If you had any kind of lesser reaction, and it just kind of does this, I'm pretty sure, man, you could have even checked back on like June 30th or June 29th. I probably said this exact thing, and I drew it exactly this way. If we did this, we're probably going to go lower, right? And that's exactly what we're doing here. Does that mean we have to go lower just because I said that, or just because I say that now? No, that doesn't mean we have to go lower. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But this is not typical behavior of a bottom, right? I don't think so. I need to see more. If we continue to do this for a longer amount of time, we start to like really shape up. Okay, I'll start to turn bullish before the move happens, hopefully. But if not, whatever. You know, the haters can laugh it up while you pump up. You know, that's fine. But this thing is likely going to go lower. It likely will go lower. Looking at the 1 hour time frame here, rejecting the overbought zone, getting higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price. It's a nice reversal on this 1 hour candle. And in fact, let's look at this on maybe on Bybit. Yeah, let's look at it on Bybit with more volume there. Where's the volume? Oh, it's loading. It's you know, I don't know why this is happening. Let's see here. We're gonna turn that off. There we go. Boom. Is that better? There we go. Bouncing off the 50. Yeah, you probably do go higher from here. I think you go lower, you know, inevitably, but you probably do go higher from here. High to low. Maybe you go up to what? 00345. All the way up to 0036, something in that area. Nothing too crazy, though. You're getting volume on the way down. You're not getting any volume on the way up. I really don't have high hopes for this thing. I have high hopes for it in the future, but just relatively speaking, no, I don't think so. You're having a hard time getting overbought. You have no problem being oversold. And the 1 hour time frame, to me, it does look momentarily bullish, but momentary doesn't really mean a whole lot, right? Overall, you're still bearish at the moment. 4 hour time frame, again, you're getting these higher highs with lower highs in the price. I will say this is a little bit nice. You should have gotten oversold. You know, here that was nice, but with this kind of reaction, you should have gotten oversold, and you didn't do that. You've kind of got an Adam and Eve look. Hey, I mean, maybe there's something here. Maybe you are going up higher than I'm giving it credit for. Okay, let's run with this idea then. Let's see. High to low. Maybe you're at 0039 to 004. Did I say 0046 earlier? I meant 36 earlier. I'm sorry. I must have said 4, if anybody's wondering. No, probably not. We probably won't go to 0046. Probably not. Yeah, if I said 0046 earlier, I'm sorry. I don't know why I would have said that. I must have saw the 4 and got it confused with the 3. I had dyscalculism. That's like dyslexia, but dyscalculaic. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's the same thing, but with numbers. High to low, you found resistance at your golden ratio here. Okay, enough of the definitions. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. High to low, you might find resistance at this golden ratio here, which also coincides pretty well with this area of support, right? You found support here, support there, golden ratio zone right there. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if you went up here, found resistance, and then you came down. 004, 0039, yeah. You look bullish. The 4 hour actually does look bullish, right? This and Adam and Eve's, they can form on a 4 hour time frame, absolutely. And that looks like an Adam and Eve to me, man. You got that high heel pattern. It looks perfect. All right. And the 1 hour is bullish enough. It probably goes higher. So yeah. Okay, so you probably move up a little bit. You're at 0034 here. We'll see you at 0036 to 004, somewhere in that zone. And then likely you will move lower. Okay. But again, the reaction we're looking for, right, is a stronger reaction than this. If you see any kind of weaker reaction, that's just promoting the inevitable, which will break you out. And fortunately for anybody who's trading this, you have an opportunity here, right? Unfortunately for anybody who's just waiting for this thing to rip to the upside, you're just prolonging the low, the inevitable low, which we are going to go to. The daily RSI is somewhat bearish, but you're also at a point that you'd expect to bounce. Little double bottom there as well. Move up to the 50 and find resistance there. It all makes so much sense. Whenever you do move lower, the area that we're going to go to, we all know and love, low to a high here, 00293. Something there with that 382 right there. Also where this 1272 is from a high to a low. Right there, 00291. Something in that zone. And then if we even take a low to a high here, your golden ratio, or no, your 1272 is right there. So all these areas at 0029, I think you'll find immaculate support there. If you break below, it's really not a big deal. It's not a problem. Break below it. Who cares? It's okay, right? Break below it. Go to 0022. You're fine, but you're probably not going to do that. But I'm just saying, even if you go lower, this thing's not broken. I'm saying that not to scare you. I'm saying that because if it happens, hopefully you won't be scared to make the horrible decision of selling here. I think selling now is a terrible decision. I think selling anywhere below here is a terrible decision. I think selling at the low itself, if we were to ever get down there, would be a terrible decision, right? We're more in a buying phase right now, being at 0034. I mean, like, look, right? We're right here at our prior all-time high. You're more in a buying phase right now than anything. But I would, if I was buying here, I'd like put 10% in here. It drops 10%. I'd put in another 10%, 10%, you know, whatever. And then if it comes back up above this level where I originally bought, I just throw the hammer down, something like that. That's kind of how I do it. Sometimes that bites me in the ass, but most of the time I feel like it works. But I got nothing else. None of that's financial advice. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. And patience, man. Just be patient. I don't think that you're long for this consolidation phase. I don't think that you're going to continue to consolidate here for too much longer. You're probably going to make moves within the next couple of weeks. I just don't think that it's now. And if I'm wrong, you want to prove me wrong, it's going to take a little bit, right? You can't just move up here to 0041 and prove me wrong. You're probably going to have to move up above like 0044 or even 005. 005, let's see. Let's actually throw a fib on here to prove me wrong. Let's see, what would it be? Yeah, I'll give it to you. If you move up above 0044, maybe I'm wrong. All right. Like button, subscribe. Thank yous. Please. Adios. Bye-byes. Take care.